Your power is engaged for a purpose, breathing fire when needed. So that is what this is telling us right now. So you have polish your mirror for perfect clarity, and the divine dragon, which is the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy. And you have the number 26 card here, which is an 8, which is about strength. The strength to balance these energies, the strength to balance your passion, and to be open to your intuition and to allow it to come in. Okay? So let's see what the reading has for us today. Hello, and welcome to this week's all Zodiac reading. So, what's going on? Let's get some guidance from Spirit. Lots of energies going on. The new moon in Taurus is this weekend, and that new moon is about setting intentions, bloom where you are planted, right? Stay put. No big movements this weekend. Lots of energy going on. Out of the mess comes elegant order. Okay, Spirit, what guidance do you have for the collective? Polish your mirror for perfect clarity, right? That is a number 21, which is a 3, which is the Empress, which is about receiving, being open to what's coming in, trusting your intuition, right? There's going to be a lot of things going on. Don't fall for the things that are going on. Be mindful, right? What is your intuition telling you? Sometimes I have to count to 10. Well, I try to count to 3 or 5, right? Just before I speak, just because I don't want to say anything too hasty sometimes. That's what this weekend feels like for me. The universe wants to co-create with you. Number 26, which is an 8, which is the strength card. Be bold. We have the feathers and the different colors. That's reminding me of a dream catcher, right? What's within you. You have the spiral, right? Which is about the co-creation and about creating. The universe wants to do things with you. Be mindful of what's going on. Okay. Divine dragon, right? The divine dragon. The dragon picks you. You do not pick the dragon. I want to read the dragon real quick, because the dragon has a really good message that I want to share. And that's a number 4, which is the emperor, right? So we have the empress and the emperor. So we have the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You want to take action, you want to do something, but you also want to be in receiving mode, and you want to mind your intuition, right? And use that strength to balance those two, okay? So divine dragon is sovereignty, power, full of expression, magic. A dragon chooses you. You do not choose the dragon. A dragon's power connects you to your own power from within, to stand sovereign. It's also connected to your root expression of power, fire, and even sexual energy, the Kundalini rising. You cannot serve the collective without yourself first being alive and ablaze. Allow the dragon's fire of purification to cleanse you. Okay? Your power is engaged for a purpose, breathing fire when needed. So that is what this is telling us right now. So you have polish your mirror for perfect clarity, and the divine dragon, which is the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy. And you have the number 26 card here, which is an 8, which is about strength. The strength to balance these energies, the strength to balance your passion, and to be open to your intuition and to allow it to come in. Okay? So let's see what the reading has for us today. So we got this balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Okay, Spirit, let's get some clarity. some clarification on these cards. What does the collective need to know? And again, this isn't all zodiac, so I'm going to be pulling cards for each zodiac sign after I do this general reading. No, that's a lot. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Chariot. So you're reevaluating this, polishing your mirror for perfect clarity. You've been reevaluating some things and you are moving forward with that. You're taking all those lessons learned with you, right? He seems really happy in this, right? He's like moving his shoulders and he's moving forward. He's seeing the fruits of his labor. That's what I'm feeling right now. Okay, so the universe wants to co-create with you. So reevaluating and seeing what it is that you want to do to move forward is helping you with this co-creation. You just have to trust the universe and see what the universe has for you. Spirit said, stop shuffling. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Hangman. So again, movement forward, right? The Knight of Swords is about truth. What truths did you discover here? And which is allowing you to see things in a different perspective. And sometimes when we learn those truths, we learn to see things in a different perspective because it's helping us to do things in a different way because we want to move to our best and highest self, right? So let's get clarification on this Divine Dragon. Someone's blowing up my phone. That Spirit's blowing up my phone. Okay. The Five of Swords. And it's kind of in a challenge mode, right? So I'm going to keep it that way. So this challenge of using your power is kind of a struggle for you. I'm going to get more clarification on that. And you have the Four of Pentacles. You need to align your head and your heart. What is it that you need to do to align your head and your heart? And you have the Magician on the bottom, which is about having all the tools that you need. But I want to clarify this Five of Swords, Spirit, before we get into the zodiacs. Okay, that card flipped. So the Hermit. Stand, pause and learn from your knowledge, or gain that knowledge and experience that you need to move forward. It could be a little bit of a struggle. It might be fear, but I'm not feeling fear. I'm just feeling like a caution, like something's causing you to pause. The Emperor again, the World, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is good. You're pausing. Okay, I just heard pausing so that you don't make the same mistakes again, right? So you have all these lessons learned that you're taking with you, and you want to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. You want to have that abundance, right? The cycle is ending. You want to move forward. And we have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom, which is about that work, right? Doing that work that's necessary. Okay, so I'm going to get into the zodiacs, the different zodiac signs right now. And I'm going to use 3 different decks for this. So Aries. Okay, Spirit, what does Aries need to focus on? It might be in Taurus right now, but I just said Aries first, so let's start with Aries. So we have the Six of Cups, the World, Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Death card, and the Justice card. So you're showing up as a Six of Cups. There's some things from your past that you want to bring forward, and your challenge is this closure. You don't feel like you're quite ready for this closure yet. But your outcome is justice. Your outcome is balance. And your fears are this rebirth from this challenge. But you want to remember that you have all this abundance, and you're showing up as a Queen of Swords, you're going to make that discernment, right? You're able to do those things. And as long as you realize that you have those tools, right? You have those tools to do what it is. You've been doing all this work, Aries, and you want to make sure that you make the right choices so that you can align your head and your heart and you can follow those lessons learned and move to your best and highest self. You have 3 major arcana here that are about the ending, the rebirth, but the balance, right? She has the sword of truth and she has the scale to balance those things. And you have the sword of discernment here with the Queen of Swords. So you have this, you just have to trust your intuition, right? The divine feminine and the divine masculine. You have the passion. You just have to use that strength within you to receive what it is that's coming from the universe, because the universe wants to speak to you and wants you to see those signs, and then you can make those choices and feel better about the choices that you make. Okay. All right. That was for Aries. Next, we're going to have Taurus. Okay, Taurus. What energy do you have for Taurus this week? This weekend, Spirit? Okay. So you're showing up as the 3 of Cups. Your challenge is a 7 of Wands. Ten of Swords, 2 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. So with the 7 of Wands crossing the 3 of Cups, I'm feeling that you're struggling with this this closure, or the happiness that's going to be happening with the closure. You're not feeling like it's a happy thing for you, because the 7 of Wands is about setting boundaries. Did you not set those boundaries? Are you thinking that you need to set more? You can't. You can still set boundaries. Let's say you set a boundary and it's not quite working for you. You can change. So you can still make changes to those boundaries, right? So if it's not working quite the way that you wanted it to, then add to it or just change it altogether, right? I'm getting a feeling of defeat that you're feeling right now with this 10 of Swords. But remember that this ending is for your best and highest good. You need to manifest. Your fear is the struggle that you're having to go through, but you have choices. The outcome is choices, right? You have the tools, and you have with the Emperor here and the Empress, you have the ability to see what's in front of you and use that knowledge and experience with the Hermit, right? To allow you to make the best choice for yourself. You have the 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which what you don't see coming is that you have the confidence, you have the abundance there. You just have to make those choices, right? Use discernment. I just heard this Knight of Swords is about moving forward, but he's already made a choice that he's going to move forward. So just be mindful and align your head and your heart. Know that yes, this is a struggle, but you have choices and you can manifest. You can ask for what it is that you want. Okay, you this new moon in Taurus is in your sign. It's about you are very much about stability and safety, right? Security. And you just have to manifest with this new moon and ask for what it is that you want. And you will get it. Okay? Just be open to it. All right. Okay, Gemini. Okay, Spirit, what's going on with Gemini? What guidance do you have for Gemini, please, Spirit? Okay, showing up as a Knight of Pentacles. The King of Cups is your challenge. Three of Swords, High Priestess, Knight of Swords, and the Moon. And here comes Josephina Sprinkles, my little kitten. Okay, so, and she has a little collar on her, so like a little bell. So if you hear little bells, it's Josephina making noise, playing. Okay, so you're showing up as the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, right? Very practical, very patient, very committed, but you want to do the right thing. And the King of Cups is what's crossing you, which is your challenge, right? So again, aligning that head and the heart, you know what it is that you want to bring forward with love. Okay, so I'm feeling love for you here, Gemini. You're worried about uh, pain, right? But some sorrow, maybe some heartache. This setting these intentions, these moving forward. There might be something that you need to release that's no longer serving you, and that's bringing you some concern. But you have the High Priestess here, which is the environment that you're in, right? The universe wants to co-create with you. So trust your intuition. Your potential is unlimited. And in your hopes and fears, you're wanting to move forward, but maybe you're feeling like you don't want to move so fast. But your outcome is the moon, right? You can balance that outcome. This new moon is what you need right now so that you can set those intentions and move forward. You have the tools, right? You remember the dragon chose you because you're ready to put your power and your strength forward with what it is that you want right now. Okay, Gemini, you got this. It's um it's a choice, and that's one of our biggest strengths is that we have a choice. And if we choose something and it maybe didn't go in the direction that we wanted it to, we can always choose to go in another direction. Okay, so don't give up. You got this, Gemini. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Cancer. Okay, Cancer. All right, Spirit. What does Cancer need to focus on this weekend? This big weekend that's coming up. This new moon in Taurus. Okay. Showing up as a Ten of Swords. You're being challenged by justice. Ten of Cups, Eight of Cups, Four of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Okay. So I'm just, there's just a lot of energy with there's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of things happening. And there's like this challenging struggle, right? And you're feeling that, Cancer. You want to balance, you want to make sure you make the right choice. I just heard legal. There might be somebody that's dealing with something legal. Okay. And that resonates with you. You know, it might not, but it's a balance, right? Everything's a balance. You're showing up as a Ten of Cups, so you're wanting this happiness. You're wanting, right? Cancer is about nurturing and love and feelings, right? And you're trying to feel that. You're trying to walk to your best and highest self, and your hopes is this happiness, right? And I just heard legal and marriage or partnership. So it could be, for some of you, it could be that this could be a marriage that's coming forward, or it could be something legal that's happening in the marriage, or it could be something that um, what I heard initially was something legal has to um, come through in order for this happiness to happen. Okay. But you're moving forward, right? Your outcome is moving away from choppy waters, right? Taking those truths with you and moving to smoother waters, aligning that head and that heart, ending this chapter, right? Getting that abundance. You have the tools. You just have to. I was just drawn to the Chariot. You have to move forward in little increments. Trust your intuition, right? The divine feminine and the divine masculine. Balance those things so that you can make the right choices. Trust your intuition. The universe is talking to you. Listen to the universe. Um, we have to be open to what's coming in from the universe. Um, and the universe is giving us options, right? And it's our choice. We make those choices. And don't, okay, I just heard that Cancer doesn't want to make the wrong choice. But if you choose something and it doesn't work, I'm always saying this, if it's not working the way that you wanted it to work, or you're seeing things a little differently, then choose differently, right? Weave. I just heard bob and weave, right? I don't know if that's the right analogy, but you got this, Cancer, okay? All right. Leo. What's going on with Leo this weekend, please, Spirit? Okay, you're showing up as a Knight of Swords. That's a lot of cards. Spirit said take those cards. Okay, so your challenge is the Three of Wands. Okay, so you're moving fast, and your challenge is accepting those things that are coming through. And you've been working really hard. You got the the Nine of Wands here, which is the wounded warrior, right? And this has been, you've been really persistent, and you've been working on this stuff really hard. You're ready to keep working, but you don't want to. You want to get your power back, right? Because this environment around you is like all these, I just heard obstacles that you want to get through. Your outcome is the strength card. So you're going to keep holding on to your strength. Okay, Leo, this is your card, right? So you're showing up as yourself. You're showing up as the strength that you need. And your hopes and fears is about the closure. So that could be, I just heard a paradox, right? So you want to end it, but you're kind of worried about ending it, but you want to end it because you want to move forward. What's on the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is it takes a lot of initiative, right? The Knight of Wands, when the Knight of Wands wants to do something, she in this matter, but the Knight of Wands just moves forward and begs for forgiveness later, right? Takes the initiative, says, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. So you have the tools here. So if you want to move forward, then make that choice, right? I'm not saying to be impulsive, right? Align your head and your heart. Take your time, pause if necessary. Be the hermit, right? Take that knowledge and experience with you, but don't be afraid to take action, because you can always do something else, right? Um, there's, of course, every action has a reaction, but not every reaction is negative. And then because you have the tools with you, you can um, react to the reaction. How does that sound? You can be prepared for the reaction because you have the tools that you need. You've been preparing for this for a long time, Leo. You just have to be more confident, right? Be confident like that lion, okay? Okay, Virgo. Spirit, what does Virgo need to worry about? Worry about. Nine of Cups is how you're showing up. Very confident. Virgos are very confident. You have all the abundance you need. Okay. Your challenge is the Page of Wands, Two of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and a Knight of Wands. Okay, so you're showing up very confident and that you have the abundance that you need. Your challenge is this Page of Wands, is taking more initiative, right? There's a passion that you want. And okay, so Virgos are very confident in themselves, but they want to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row before they do something. And so that's what I'm feeling with this Page of Wands. Is there something you want to do, but you're not sure about it yet? Um, and I'm feeling love. So maybe there's somebody you want to take with you. Okay, a partnership of some sort. It could also be um, work because of this Page of Pentacles, but I'm feeling more love. It's a struggle. There's some truths that you're dealing with this Five of Swords that's around you. There's some struggle that's going on around you, and you want to get a hold of that, is what I heard. And you want to take your time. This Page of Pentacles is about wanting to build more security, more structure. But this Knight of Wands is about taking this initiative, right? And that's what your outcome is you want to take initiative with it. Trust your intuition, right? You have the Divine Empress, or the Divine Feminine here with the Empress, and the Divine Masculine here with the Emperor. And you want to balance those things. You want to align your head and your heart. And that's what this whole energy for this weekend is about: aligning your head and your heart, moving forward, using your knowledge and experience. You have the tools. Here comes Josephina again. So that's a message from Spirit, dingling, right? Jungling. So take that initiative, Virgo. You have trust yourself, right? You have so much confidence, and have confidence in those decisions that you want to make too. And again, if you don't have expectations, but if you make a choice and things aren't working the way that you want to, then you can make another choice, right? And you can move things in a different direction, right? Okay, Libra. All right, Spirit, what guidance do you have for Libra this weekend? What does Libra need to focus on? Showing up as the Knight of Swords, fast movement. Three of Wands is your challenge. Nine of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the King of Cups. Okay, so you're moving fast. You want to move forward. You've been working, right? Libras have been working on some things with that Venus in retrograde, which Venus is your ruler. You've been making some changes. You've been releasing things that no longer serve you, and you want to move forward. But this challenge is that you're not being open enough to what's coming in. I just heard expectations. You were having expectations, right? And it's okay to want what we want, but if you're asking universe for help, if you're setting those or manifesting, you have to allow the universe to bring to you what it is for your best and highest self, right? We do have a choice, right? We have things that come to us, and we have an option to choose or not choose those things. But you don't set yourself up for failure, is what I heard with setting intention or setting expectations. Okay, so you're showing up as a Nine of Cups. You're showing up super confident. You're like, I'm ready for this. I got all my tools. I am, aligning my head and my heart. I've been working. I'm moving forward. I'm seeing things in a different perspective. And then there's some other things that you might still need to reevaluate. That's what your environment is showing you, that you're ready to move forward on this, but there might be a couple of things that you need to tweak before you can do it. Okay. And then your hopes and fears is the Six of Swords, which is maybe not moving past all the ripples into the smoother waters. But your outcome is the King of Cups. Your outcome is the confidence and the leadership, and knowing that you have um, you have worked so hard that you know exactly what it is that's going to bring you joy. You know exactly what it is that's going to help you move forward and bring you the happiness that you want. You just have to trust that, right? Trust your intuition. Use that divine feminine energy inside of you to allow things to come in and be open to receiving them. And then use that divine masculine energy to take the action and to have that passion and the leadership to make that discernment, or to have the discernment to make that choice to do it. And again, if it's not quite going in the direction you want, then tweak it a little bit and move, or just change it altogether, right? Libras get a bad rap about making choices, but we always want to make the right choices. And I say we because I'm a Libra. And when we make a choice, that's our choice and it's not changing. We can change direction a little bit, but that's what we chose because we took a long time to make that choice. Okay? You got this, Libra. All right. Scorpio. Spirit, what does Scorpio need to focus on, please? Okay. So you are showing up as the world, and your challenge, your challenge is the King of Swords and the Three of Swords. Death card, Hermit, Four of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so Scorpio is knowing that this change is coming, this transformation. It's an end of a chapter. You're ready for this new journey, but you're I just heard doubting yourself in this discernment, right? You know what you want to do, but you're afraid of breaking somebody's heart. And for some people, that could be like, well, that's not Scorpio. But my mom is a Scorpio, and I always tell her there is a heart in there, Tin Man, right? She doesn't want people to know that has feelings, or not has feelings. She doesn't want people to know that they might have hurt her feelings. And she wants to always be strong. I'm the strong person, right? Kind of reminds me of Leo the lion, but this is, the Scorpio, right? The scorpion. The scorpion walks very tall with that tail, right? And it's gonna get you when it gets you, or when it needs to. But that vulnerability, you need to show that vulnerability. You have this transformation that's happening. This crossroads, right? You have the strength on the bottom, right? So that's that Leo energy that I was talking about. You have to show strength, and show strength in your vulnerability. There's some knowledge and experience that you need to take with you so that you can be more discerning. Your hopes and your fears, your hopes is that you want this happy ending. And I think it is that you don't want people to know that, you want rainbows and butterflies, right? And unicorns. You want to still be that strong person. You want to show the outcome is that you're still going to be working hard, right? You're still going to show people that you're working hard. That doesn't mean that you can't have any rainbows and butterflies within you, right? You can't be happy. You can smile. You can be happy. You can show people that you're in a good place. You don't always have to be the strong person. You don't always have to hold people up, right? Do something for yourself, Scorpio. And Scorpios get a bad rap like they're selfish or something. They're just very strong, and they don't show people that they have these vulnerabilities and these I just heard things that they feel will make them seem weak to others, but it's not, right? We're human, and we make mistakes, and we love, and we want to be loved, and we want to have that feeling. You got this, Scorpio. Okay, align your head and your heart. Make the best decision for yourself, and don't worry about what other people think. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Spirit, what's going on for Sagittarius? Okay, so you're showing up as the Three of Cups. Your challenge is the Star. Ace of Swords, Two of Wands, Eight of Wands, and Justice. So this okay, so Sagittarius, there's some kind of collaboration that needs to be done, and because of the Star, this healing, right? That you're still working on. It's this collaboration with yourself. It's this balance with yourself. Your outcome is Libra, which is balance, and the Knight of Wands, right? Doing those things, or moving forward with what it is that you want. Don't worry about what other people think. Your desires, your hopes are to move forward, and the environment around you is that things aren't happening the way that you want, so you have to manifest some more. But you're showing up as the Ace of Swords. You're showing up as, this is what I want, this is what I want to do, right? And that's like, the Chariot. That's like the Emperor's attitude right here in the Chariot, right? I'm here and I'm going to do what I need to do. That's the energy that I'm getting for you right now, Sagittarius. I just heard you're kind of self-doubting what it is. Um, you know, Maybe there's a little bit more work that you need to do. Know that you have the tools to do what it is that you need. See things in a different perspective. This is, and just again, I'm feeling this self-doubt. Have more confidence in yourself, Sagittarius. You normally aren't like this, but I think this is a big move for you. This is a big transformation that's going on for you. You've been doing a lot of work, and I'm feeling like you're worried about. Okay, so it's not that you're worried about what other people think. You're worried that you're not making the right choice. Trust your intuition, right? Trust what's going on. Trust that you have the knowledge and experience that you need. Okay, Sagittarius? Capricorn. Okay, what's going on for Capricorn spirit? What does Capricorn need to focus on? Okay, the Six of Swords, the Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, King of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Magician. So you're showing up as wanting to move forward, but you're not trusting your intuition. I just heard you're not feeling that you have all the tools that you need, but you do have all the tools. You have some options, and there's some things around you that you need to take into consideration in order to make the right choices. You want this happiness. You want this fulfillment, is what I heard. You have the tools. The outcome is that you have the tools for everything you need. Remember, the magician has the tools that he needs, but he also can create whatever tools he needs for that situation because he has all the suits, right? He has the wands and the cups and the swords and the pentacles and that lemon skate, right? The continuous movement. You can create whatever it is you want. You just have to trust your intuition. What is that telling you? What are you receiving from the universe so that you can use to fulfill the passions that you want to move forward, right? You have the magician here and you have the magician here. So use the knowledge and experience that you have. You have the emperor here. Knowledge and experience is driving that chariot, and then you have the hermit here. So use those things to your best abilities. See things in a different perspective if you have to. Capricorns are very hard workers, but sometimes I just heard a break. Sometimes you need a break. So pause if you need to align your head and your heart to make the best choice for you. Okay, Capricorn? All right, Aquarius. What guidance do you have for Aquarius, please, Spirit? Okay. That's a lot of cards. Okay, so we're taking that card. The Hangman. So you're learning to see things in a different perspective right now. And it's bringing you clarity, right? Your challenge is the Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Big cards. So you are seeing things in a different perspective, but this Queen of Wands is your challenge. You could be feeling that you don't have the right resources, but look at the black cat. And this is a panther, right? This is a big black cat in this card. And she has um, the sunflower in her hand, which is going to bring her happiness. And your outcome is taking all those things that you have been working on and use them, take them with you, whether you're going to share them, whether you're going to use them yourself, whether you're going to use them to plant some more, right? To get more potential, more abundance. The King of Swords is um, your hopes, right? You want to, I just heard you want to show proudness, right? You want people to see that you've accomplished these things. So there's a chapter ending. You just have to be, you have the Queen and the King of Swords here. So you have to use that discernment. That discernment is, the Queen of Swords can cut through the crap, right? What is it that you need to take you to this end that you need to go to, right? You know that things are ending. You know that this is a High Priestess at the bottom, right? Unlimited potential. Trust your intuition. She has all the answers and she knows what's best for herself, right? What's for her best and highest good. So you just have to trust that. Okay, Aquarius? Um, just be more confident. Balance that divine feminine and the divine masculine energy within you. You can do this, Aquarius. You just have to be more discerning. Make that choice. Trust that you're making the right choice. Trust that this, I just saw, this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is fated and destined. So this is fated for you. The destiny is your choice. So choose that choice if this is what you want. Okay? All right. Pisces. Okay, Spirit. What does Pisces need to focus on, please? The Death card. You're showing up as a Death card, and your challenge is the Hierophant, Ten of Cups, the Lovers, the Magician, and the Ten of Wands. So you two are wanting to take what it is that you've been working on and be able to use it. You're showing up as the person or the energy of completing this cycle, right? Moving from death to rebirth, making that choice. But there's some type of, I just heard patterns, but some type of rules or there's 3 levels here. His crown has 3s. There's 3 persons, and then the scepter has 3. So what 3 things? You, me, and something else. So what are those 3 things that are important to you? That's this challenge. Are you in the mastery phase of this? Are you feeling like you're still being a novice? Are you kind of intermediate? What's going on? You're showing up as a 10 of Cups. You want this happiness. You want to move forward. And the environment around you is Lovers, the Lovers card. It's a choice, but is there love around you? Are you wanting to have more love in your life? You have the tools. You got the Magician again. And you have the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. And the Knight of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So you have the confidence that you need. And then there's the Four of Wands. So it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Maybe some choices that you need to make with this Lovers card. But you take that initiative. You have the leadership. You have the confidence. You have the Magician here, which is all the kings. And then you have the King of Pentacles. So there's more. Your foundation is stronger than you need, or stronger than you feel it is. You just have to trust that, right? Trust that you have the tools and trust that you're going to move forward in this happiness. and balance that divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy, and know that the universe is here to co-create with you. Okay? Thank you so much for all the likes and subscribes. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning to my channel, thank you so very much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And don't forget to smash that like button so that others can see this message as well. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, please share it with them. And if you would like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. And also, I am beginning a membership, which will allow you to see an extended version of my weekly love focus and any other readings that the energy is for love that I need to share with the collective. And you also get a free ebook about your astrology birth chart basics. It's going to help you figure out what your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus, what your planets are, how everything was aligned at the time of your birth. It's just a basic. I'm not an astrologer, but it helps you to get a better idea of what's going on around you. I hope you join my membership, and I hope you book a reading with me. And until next time, have a good day.